Good morning, dear students. I welcome you all to your literature class. And in this video, we are going to do the exercises of lesson number 4. We have already finished the explanation of this chapter, and today it's time to do its exercises. So, I'll be in the beginning, I'll be explaining you all the exercises first of all. Then we will write the answers in the book. Alright. So, in the beginning, we have understanding the text. Everybody take your books and see. We have understanding the text, in which your exercise A is match the sentence in A with the ones in B. Here they have given you certain sentences from the chapter which you have to match with the column B. They are also related to the chapter, and that we will do afterwards. Just I have explained you what you have to do in that exercise. Now, the explanation of the indefinite pronoun I am going to give you, because in grammar and usage you have the revision of pronouns and indefinite pronoun. So, before beginning this, I would like you all to recall everything about pronoun, what we have learned in a grammar class. We had a full chapter of this, and we have learned that pronouns are the words which comes in the place of, which are used in the place of nouns. So here we have a new name, lesson number 4, exercises, which we are going to begin. Pronouns first of all. We have different kinds of pronouns, out of which we are going to understand about indefinite pronoun. This also we had in our grammar, but still we will revise it. What do you mean by indefinite pronoun? Children, indefinite pronoun is when you are not definite about, not sure about anything. When no certain thing is explained to you, or you are not given any particular name, or quantity is not mentioned, or number is not mentioned to you, that you can say they are indefinite pronouns. I have one example for you on the board. With the help of that example, I'll be telling you. And children, you will see that which words can be taken as indefinite pronouns. I responded when anyone called me Kyoko. This is one of the examples from the book. I responded. I, you can understand, we are talking about that girl, isn't it? But here it isn't I. Anyone. This word anyone. Can you find out who is the one? Is there any specification mentioned? Specifically the person, his name or her name is mentioned? No. You can see that no specific person is mentioned here. That is why this word anyone is showing you that this is indefinite pronoun, that I responded when anyone called me Kyoko. And in the second one, in the second example in the book, you will see everybody had trouble remembering their classmates' new name. Now here the word everybody. Now if I ask you everybody, what does it refer? We can sense, or we can understand by looking at that word, that maybe there are many in number. But who are they? Exactly, do you know who are they? No, you don't know. When you are not specific about that who are they, who are in the group whom we can say that everybody, that means this is your indefinite pronoun. We have exercises based on this topic, which we are going to see afterwards. After this, we will come to the next exercise B. In this we have explanation of reflexive pronouns. When we are talking about reflexive pronouns, children, it means something is reflecting. And what is that reflecting word means? Means, in a very simple word you can understand, the doer of the action in the sentence. The doer means the one who is doing the action in the sentence, and the receiver of the action, and one who is receiving the action. The person who is doing the action and the person who is receiving the action. You can take this my hand as the person who is doing the action and the person who is receiving the action is same. They are not different people, but they are same. This is what we call reflexive pronoun. It means it reflects the same person. The doer and the receiver is same. Or in one easy way you can say that subject of the sentence and the object of the sentence is same. You can say the pronouns, and when you will see the examples, you will see that pronouns, reflexive pronouns comes after the verb, not before the verb. Do not get confused in this. It comes after the verb. How? I will tell you with the help of example. Sunhee told herself to be careful in Onishi-san's presence. Here, when you will read your book, when you will see the beginning lines of this reflexive pronoun, you will see the second example I have written on the board, and that too I am reading from the book. It says, Sunhee told her to be careful in Onishi-san's presence. Sunhee told her. Here the word her is not reflecting anybody else, but all this she was talking to herself. She was talking to her own self, and this is what we call reflexive pronoun. Now see how this has changed. Sunhee told whom? Who is that her in that sentence? Herself means this is reflecting that Sunhee is talking about herself. To be careful in Onishi-san's presence. This is what we call reflexive pronoun. Now one thing more I have told you, that reflexive pronouns comes after the verb. You can see this is your verb and this is your reflexive pronoun. We have certain examples like herself, itself, yourself, their self, themselves. All these are words which are used in your reflexive pronoun. We have our exercises B and C on the basis of this, which we will see afterwards. Now, after this, we have collocations. And if somebody will ask you, what do you mean by collocations? Collocations are the group of words, children. And those group of words are commonly occur together. You will find them occurring together. They come, often you will find them coming in your sentences. And they have a certain meaning. And in the exercise, it is given that that certain meaning you have to express. What is the sense in that sentence? You have to express. In the exercise B, here they have given you two options and the most suitable answer you have to choose. Now it's time to write the answers. So I hope you have written everything in the book and you too have understood what I was trying to explain in this chapter about reflexive, about indefinite pronoun and collocations. Thank you and have a nice day.